Lord, teach me to be generous. Teach me to serve you as you deserve, to give and not to count the cost, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to toil and not to seek for rest, to labor and not to ask for reward, save that of knowing that I do your will. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. I guess out of order, but we will approve our minutes now. So are there any changes to the minutes from our last school board meeting? Okay, those will stand as approved. And now we will do roll call with Arby.
Alvarez. Sarisa. Changstrom.
Here.
Dinakar.
Here.
Forsgren.
Here.
Yura.
Here.
Is that right?
Gira.
Gira, sorry. Handrich.
Here.
Huddleston.
Here.
Kavanaugh.
Here.
Keelash.
Here.
King.
Here.
Kirk.
Hi.
Liang.
Here.
Lund.
Here.
Med.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Murphy. Nepple.
Here.
Neary. Ochuba.
Here.
Ortley. Plater.
Here.
Prescott. Rejko.
Here.
Ridley.
Here.
Ruhanarad.
Here.
Samuelson. Script.
Here.
Vanderwint.
Here.
Walgreen.
Here.
Wilsdorf.
Here.
Zietlow.
Thank you. Next we'll hear from Keeman.
All right, hey guys. So I have a few things for you today. My first thing, the Do It survey. So each year, or at least last year, the Do It Division of Information Technology sends out a survey, and it takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it. There's some really awesome prizes you can win. This year, they said they're doing a lot of iPads as prizes, so it's something to look forward to. I'll be sending that out in my all university email. So encourage people to take that survey because it really helps just like so Do It knows what they should be looking forward to doing in the next few years and such. So that's the first thing. University printing. Also, our exec team met with a Do It advisory board last week, and the idea of free printing for all Creighton students came up. So that's something I'm looking into right now. It's something that is happening at Xavier University and Gonzaga University. So those are both Jesuit schools. So
would it be color printing or just black and white?
Not sure yet, but I'm assuming starting with just black and white. But yeah, I'm in contact with the presidents at Gonzaga and Xavier right now, and working with them to figure out like how that was done at their schools and see if it could be applicable on Creighton's campus. So look out for that in the near future, hopefully. And then last thing I have is the campus master plan. So last semester there was a visual concept survey, which was in Harper. I think it was only in Harper last semester, but this week they'll be doing basically it's a survey that like details where the campus is going in the future. So it's just like 10 minutes and you go and kind of give out your ideas about what should be done on campus, and like they tell you kind of what they're thinking. So the dates for that will be tomorrow, March 24th from 8 to 11:30 in Harper, and also tomorrow from 12:30 to 3:30 in the Scott Student Center by the fireplace. Tomorrow in the KFC from 4 o'clock to 5:30, and Wednesday in the Health Sciences Library from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's it.
Thank you. Now we'll hear from Zach.
Hi guys. First little side note, if you're a dental school or a med school rep, we have your polo, so once we chair anyone, come up here and get you those. Brings me to my first point, student emails. Thank you to all the undergraduate reps who sent theirs out. There's a few still that need to get sent out. Side note for the professional reps, if you did get an email from an undergraduate rep, I understand that we did take care of that, but there was a few like discrepancies we had to figure out about like placement. Some people were listed as undergrads, so they got put onto an undergraduate listserv, but we did figure that out. So for graduate reps right now, the primary point of contact between your school and students will still be the president. We're still figuring out a lot of stuff with the graduate reps. There's a lot of students that we're trying to figure out where to place, so that's still getting worked out. Undergraduate reps, just a quick little point. I know that we kind of sent that email out for you guys to send out, and it was kind of a short notice. We wanted you guys to get that out like in a couple days notice once we send it to you. But understand, when we give you guys a date for that, that's a very necessary date. That one was set because Project Homeless Connect, the signups they wanted them in by Friday. So that was the goal in getting that out Thursday, and over half of you guys weren't able to meet that deadline. So please, just in the future, when we give you the sign date for something, take that seriously, because we needed those out by Thursday. It was a quick copy and paste thing. It's not a huge assignment. So please, just in the future, we're probably gonna look into like having you guys send it from Board of Reps meeting so we don't have that problem. Just know when we give you guys a deadline for something, that needs to be executed. Second point is outside events. So at the last meeting, we've been sending out sign-up sheets for different things like Admitted Students Days and Board of Reps at WAC and stuff. And not to just sit here and like complain about things, but also we do need you guys to be present outside just the 1 hour meetings. When you guys sign the contract, it states that you'll attend outside events, and those outside events that you guys need to attend. So I just had a question, like, is it mostly classes, but well, it's like not allowing you guys to be there? Quite frankly, please tell me if it's just like a not event you're interested in, so that's why you're not signing up, because for the Admitted Students Days, we have one person sign up for it out of all those spots. So is it really like a class thing? Is it just like an outside time thing? What is it that's preventing you guys from being able to sign up from events?
In graduate reps, this is.
Yeah, this is mostly just undergraduate reps.
I have class during
Okay.
all those times.
So just like, please like make that clear to us, so we're not just sending this around, only getting one response, and no one's really telling us, say like, okay, I do have class during this time. Just having that open communication so that we know we can figure things out and not freak out the day out because we only have one sign up.
I have a question. Can we make like a Google Doc?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We can look into that in the future for events, getting Google Docs out for you guys so you guys can sign up if you don't know if you'll be available right then and there. But just a couple of things I want you guys to be just aware of and just keep in your mind as we go along in the year. Other than that, thank you guys for your effort and work thus far. And so just a couple points for us to look at. Yeah.
What are the main things that you need constant like reps to be at besides WAC? Is just WAC and Admitted Students Day?
Really, it's like, in general, it's all CSU events, so including program board and things. We always want to have that presence, but it's mostly the things that we send sign-up sheets around for board reps. Those are the main big things that we need.
Okay, I just was wondering if those are the main things that you needed us
Yes.
to sign up.
Yes. Exactly.
I know for the Admitted Students Day, it's like noon on Mondays, and because on Mondays we're not allowed to do night classes because we're here, my schedule at least is kind of packed around noon, so I have a hard time getting
Okay.
to Monday.
Absolutely. So yeah, so I think we'll do a Google Docs and then we'll be able to kind of figure something out too. Yeah.
You just want, if there's anything we can't make it to, send you an email.
Send it to me.
Send it
Yeah.
And just like a heads up is great. We understand. We have class too, so we
Yeah,
don't
we totally get it. It's like totally fine if you guys
Yeah.
can't be at every event, but as long as like we know like they for sure can't be there, or else we're not like reaching out to you day of trying to find someone. So as long as we know, okay, this person's definitely busy, we like be easier on us trying to figure out these events. So there's a couple things. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And now we'll hear from Alex.
Good evening, guys. Just got 4 quick appropriations reports to hear from. It's definitely winding down towards the end of the year, just how our funding process works. We're definitely going to start seeing less and less of these. I think I only have one plan for this Thursday, but just a heads up, next full board meeting, we will be reviewing the annual budget. So CSU's budget runs on a fiscal year of July to June. So I have just finalized my rough draft, and I'm going to start working its way through the body. So heads up, next full board meeting, during my time, we will mostly likely be discussing my budget for the fiscal year 2016. But for funding requests, first we heard from the Creighton Swing Dance Society, and they requested $900, and they were approved for $1,300. The reason there was the increase in $400 is because the president was a freshman and wasn't aware of the one bed, one body policy, and after explaining it to her, and we worked out how her budget would be changed to abide by that policy. So we thought it was necessary to add the $400 to make it so the hotel rooms matched the people and we weren't crowding into one room, and that did not change the appropriations decision. It's for the Sunflower Swing Convention, and basically this is a convention that's open to all the dance members. This club is primarily educational in purpose. It tends to have a core group of people that really understand swing dancing and kind of help anyone that feels interested in that kind of expression. So the Sunflower Swing Convention, from what I understood, was more of a training convention where you can kind of expand upon your knowledge. And this helps cover their large convention fee along with just some gas money in a hotel room. So is there any call for rep review? Cool. Next we heard from Dagelman Hall. Definitely raised a few red flags about why isn't this kind of doesn't fall under our normal group that we're seeing. But when they explained to me their event, it definitely fit under something that CSU would definitely look into. They do receive funding from their own hall as well, but this is kind of just to revamp their event and make it a little more widespread on campus, make it a little more attainable for all students. It's called the Dagelman Hall Olympics, but it's not just for Dagelman Hall students, it's for all students. It's going to be in the KFC, and it's going to consist of a dodgeball tournament, a basketball tournament, and minute to win it games. And this is their alcohol alternate event that they are all required to plan once a year. And basically these funds are used to help cover just some snacks to make it a little more open to students to want to go to. And it happens in the middle of Dead Week, so it's definitely something that a lot of students might look to go to, and we wanted to support it and definitely continue to build that relationship with IRHG. Is there any call for rep review? Okay. Then we heard from the Jays Dancers again. We helped them go to the tournament earlier this year, and they came back asking for $500 to help cover their fees for judges. So all of the Jays Dancers every year have to retry out, no matter who they are. Even the president has to retry out. And this is just to help bring in an impartial, unbiased judges to help along with that process. They don't have a coach, so they really don't have anyone to turn to when it comes to deciding who could be on the team or not. So this kind of helps them solidify themselves as a team. And this primarily just covers judging fees. It's a two-day process, and it helps the organization kind of flow. Is there any call for rep review on that one? And the last one may look familiar. It's for Colleges Against Cancer again. I was contacted by their president, and in the request we heard last week, there was a mistake that they did not realize until contacting Sodexo furtherly. They only charged $1 for pop instead of $2. So this updated increases by $1,300 and helps get the required amount of food necessary for the Relay for Life that will be happening this Friday. So it's pretty last minute, but it's definitely something the Appropriations Committee feels is very important for CSU to put our face on and help support, seeing as it's one of the largest events we have. So is there any call for rep review on the increase? And that's all I got, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. I will hear from Matt.
Hi, guys. So the next week and a half, Program Board has a lot of events coming up. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we're having Behind the Swoosh, and that's in partnership with the CCSJ and the Cortina program. That's going to be held at 8:30 in the Harper Auditorium. I really encourage all of you guys to go. It's gonna be really beneficial if you're interested in like social justice or anything along that lines. Jim Keaty is going to come in and talk about his experiences in Indonesia when he visited the sweatshops at Nike. So look out for that. Scott Hamill is coming on Thursday at 9 o'clock at the Step Fireplace, and he is like an escape artist, magician, Houdini-esque kind of act. So that'll be fun. WAC this week is a special one. It's with the Marketing and Communications Department. I talked a little bit about it last week, but we're having root beer floats, and then we'll have iPads out on the table for students to share their story. I'm sure you guys have all seen the yard signs around campus to share your story in response to the legislation that we passed, and just to get more students involved in their marketing efforts. So there'll be an opportunity for that on Wednesday. Next Monday, March 30th at 7 at the Scott Fireplace, we are hosting Girl Code, or 2 comedians from the show Girl Code are going to be here. So hopefully you can come to that. That's supposed to be really funny. And then just as a side note, Shitty Thing tickets are available for the Spring Fling concert. They're in the Student Activities office, free for undergrads, $10 for graduate and professional students, and $10 for a guest. So you can stop by after this meeting to the SAO if you haven't gotten one, and they'll be available until they're gone. The next note is that program board is having their proposals meeting this Saturday. So what that means is all of the coordinators are required to put together a list of proposed like acts or events that they want to see come to campus, and then they vote on it. And we can't bring like a big act to campus unless the board like votes to approve it, and then I get that contract. So if you guys have any ideas of an event that you want to see, go ahead and email me soon so I can get that to the board so that they can propose it. So.
Okay, thank you, Maddie. Julia stepped outside real quick, so if we want to bypass hers and go to school updates, starting with law.
I guess we have the law school has an upcoming Barristers Ball. We call it Law School Prom informally, and it's a great time. That'll be Saturday this upcoming weekend at the Tip Top Ballroom. Otherwise, we're kind of trying to put together a traditional Friday after class that would include faculty, which have been absent from this event for quite some time. I know I've never seen a faculty at one of our past FACs, so that's going to be a good time. Like I said last time, we have the incoming dean, and so our job as a student government is to try to establish what our relationship with him is going to look like going forward. Otherwise, that's about it.
Awesome, thank you.
No, I guess real updates. I will note that we recently had match day, which is where fourth-year students find out what they match in their residency. It's kind of like a draft day for med school. And we took over the bar at Harper Center to kind of stream that event, so that was neat. I guess another relevant update would be, I don't know if you guys caught that, Dr. Quick is now the Chief Academic Officer of CHI, the kind of the company that we're embedded with in terms of our clinical experience. And so he's supposed to kind of serve as a liaison between the academic side of things and the business side of things. So that'll hopefully help make the educational opportunities a little better moving forward, I guess. So that's about all I had.
Brush your teeth, guys. Remember, it's 25% off a really low price if you ever need to get your teeth painted or whatever. So we have a lot of dental students who have nothing to do. Otherwise, we don't have a lot.
UT, OT.
I guess we just had our annual banquet pharmacy prom on Saturday. It was fun.
Professional studies.
Well, we are trying to do an interdisciplinary group with arts and sciences and grad and med. Business, College of Business, to get deans together with students. So we put in that application for the proposal for that, and then as soon as we hear from that, we'll know. But if it is going to go down, then it'll happen on April 8th. So we'll be sending out information pretty quickly after we find out if we're funded or not, to get 10 to 15 students from each school to come and meet the deans and assistant deans and associate deans for those schools to kind of interact, because right now we're kind of in silos. And then other than that, we started our new term this Sunday, so we're plugging through.
Cayman, do you have any updates from arts and sciences or business?
Not at the moment.
We didn't meet with Kathy this week, so. Alright. Anyone else have any? Great. I'll start my portion tonight with Rep Spotlight. I have one over here, Jasmine, and then MJ. If would like to go first.
I can go. Okay. So my name is MJ Kirk. I am a sophomore studying psychology pre-dent. Yeah. Hometown is Denver, Colorado. I have two little sisters, which are awesome. Currently involved with program board, welcoming exec, and then Phi Delta fraternity. Biggest pet peeve. Do you guys know like those it's like those things where like if you move it, like the guys move all on it, like it's like okay, so like who's no, not football. It's like the things where it's like moves like the graphic, and it's like the guy kicking the soccer ball, like the guy dancing or something like that. You like can like move it with the light. like the guy was with it. Yeah, okay, my pet peeve is don't scratch those, because that like just, like if you scratch it, it makes a really weird sound. Right?
So you mean like a holographic thing?
Yeah. And when you scratch them, dude. That just that's so bad. Yeah. Still. Something on my bucket list is I've always wanted to go scuba diving. Favorite thing about Creighton is probably Welcome Week, just getting to see all the new freshmen and stuff like that. And then the last song I listened to on my iPod/computer would probably be I Want You Back by the Jackson 5.
I'm Jasmine Scribb. I am an M1 in the med school, so I'm studying medicine. I'm originally from Sydney, Nebraska, so if any of you guys know what Cabela's is, that's my hometown. I'm one of two, and I'm involved in a lot of stuff, but the main thing right now is Project Cura, which is Creighton Med School's medical service trip that M1s go after our first year. So I'm a trip leader. We're going to Thailand and Cambodia this summer. And if any of you guys have nothing to do tomorrow from 5:30 to 8:30 in the Sky Ballroom, we're having our big fundraising dinner. Tickets are $15 at the door, all you can eat. So it's really good food. We have 7 different trips going to 5 different countries, and every trip group makes food from the country they're going to. We've tested our pad thai multiple times and got really good results. So on my bucket list, I actually get to cross this off this summer. I'm circumnavigating the globe because I'm just going to fly west to get back to America. It's going to work out great. And my biggest pet peeve is people who put toilet paper on the roll the wrong direction.
What's the right direction?
You pull down. It was patented that way. They just released pictures of it on the internet. So yeah.
Is that on top or?
So it goes
Yeah, so it goes over and you pull it down. You don't pull up.
I feel it. Yeah.
That's my
It's
biggest
definitely
pet peeve.
true. I feel it.
Great. Thank you guys so much. So graduate reps, I just sent you all an email right before the meeting started about our undergraduate committees. So if you guys do have an interest in helping out with those undergraduate committees, if you'll let me know and the committee chairs that copied you on all of that, or let them know that you'd like to help out, we would really appreciate that. All right, and next we'll have a short parliamentary procedure presentation from David.
It says presentation, so I'll stand up. I might be asking you to take out your minutes during the course of this, just to talk about some things. My name is David Changstrom. I'm a law student, so I have this tendency to be worried. I'll try to avoid that because it's the exact opposite of what my job should be. Parliamentary procedure kind of governs the way that you and I interact in these meetings. There's a number of documents. Basically, each legislative body can come up with its own way of how they want to run things. There are attempts to codify it, put it into statute form. The main one that we deal with on a day-to-day basis without really realizing it is called Robert's Rule of Order, or Robert's Rules of Order rather, because there's many rules. But basically it is 600 pages long. So if you guys really want to take it out and read it and be an expert in parliamentary procedure, feel free. I know that I don't think I'm going to read it all. It was basically some background on it. It was formed by an Army Brigadier General way back in 1860, I believe. And it is his way to try to maximize efficiency in meetings, catering to the concept of rule by the majority, but respect to the minority, if that makes sense. It differentiates between different types of motions, whether they're privileged or unprivileged. It talks about the order of turn of talking during debates. And to be perfectly honest, we do not follow it all that well. For instance, today when we were talking about outside events among students for the undergrads to participate in, you'll notice it was very informal. I know that you raised your hand down there and you did not ask to be recognized by the board. The board did not officially recognize you, but that's not that big of a deal because it's very informal. The general rule of thumb is the larger the group of people, the larger the legislature we're dealing with, the more strictly we have to adhere to the rules. The smaller, the less so. You can be informal about it. To be perfectly honest, there are very few moments in this where I thought that if we adhered to the strict parliamentary procedure, it would have been more effective. Generally, that means the more adversarial our discussions become, the closer that we should follow that. So I think my job is going to look best if the majority of my interactions as parliamentarian are just nudging Julie over here about voting. I'll tell you this, if I do see an issue that I think is going to become contentious, I'll talk to the board about maybe instating a higher state of adherence to the rule. A lot of that will take the form of recognizing that we need to give equal access to the floor to people with opposing viewpoints. And so that's kind of my main goal. I know that I've been in way too many meetings that have taken way too long. And so let's keep these meetings short. Yeah, otherwise, if you guys have any questions, I guess I am a law student, so I'm good at finding legal answers. So if you really want to know something about parliamentary procedure, feel free to talk to me. Basically, the limit of your guys' interaction, Julie put it in a nice script for me. The limit of your guys' interaction with us involves mostly open discussions, which I think for as long as it isn't too contentious, we can stick to informal recognition in front of the body. So open discussions, voting, so that's yes, no, or abstaining. I'll get back to that. Or motions. Most motions, you'll notice, people just kind of pick up on it. They have to be given first. They have to be motioned, I guess, and they have to be seconded. Now, some motions, like the approval of minutes, that's pretty, run-of-the-mill. There's not a lot of adversarial issues that come up with recognizing minutes. And so you notice a lot of times we don't even second motions for the adoption of minutes. And that's perfectly fine, as stated by the rules. Now, my one thing that I wanted to talk about was abstentions. The law students had a discussion about this on the way home from our meeting the other night. Now, abstaining is perfectly acceptable if you are ambivalent. If you honestly don't care, which is not a good thing, but if you don't care about a particular piece of legislation, it is fine to say that I abstain. Now, typically that will not affect the overall vote count. It will if it comes down to an issue of quorum, which we will make sure to talk about before the vote's taken so there's no misinformation out there. But the only time you're absolutely required to abstain is if there's a personal conflict of interest. Now, if the law school has an issue that comes before it that involves us getting money or something from CSU, it's not a conflict of interest. I'm voting for my electorate. But if I was basically in on the take, at that point, that becomes a conflict of interest, and it's proper for me to abstain. I don't think I'm ever going to call anybody out. Otherwise, I'm done. So.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have anything for open discussion tonight? Okay. Undergrads, do you have any student organization updates or announcements?
I just want to give a shout out to today's Aquatic Protectors who had their first meeting, and it seems they got a big turnout for that. So I think they're in the process of becoming a new organization. I think that should definitely go through.
Thank you, Ryan. Okay, we don't have any old business, but tonight we have some new business of appointing some new members. So Nick and Katie are with us tonight. We'll also be approving Chad. So we'll have Nick and Katie say a few words of introduction. You want to go first? Katie.
I'll go first. Hi, I'm Katie Kalish. I'm a sophomore nursing student. I'm from Sartell, Minnesota. I'm also on the Nursing Senate. So that's a little bit how I'm involved with nursing. I'm really excited to be involved with CSU. Yeah, so if you have any questions for me.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Nick Handrich. My roommate's Chen. He's just really sick, so he's sorry he couldn't be here. I'm a sophomore in the College of Business. I'm from Macon, Wisconsin. Economics, marketing double major with a Justice Peace Studies minor. And I'm really excited to be here, so thank you.
Great. Okay, should we excuse both of them at the same time? Okay, will you both step out? We're going to vote together. Okay, so first we'll vote on Nick's approval. Is there a motion to vote? Okay, is there a second? MJ, thank you. All in favor of approving Nick Handrich to the representatives, please raise your hand. All opposed? And any abstentions? Okay, Nick will be approved 25 to 0 to 1. So I abstain. Okay. Great. Now we will vote on Katie Kellish. Is there a motion to vote? Tanya, in a second. Ryan. Great. All in favor of approving Katie Kellish? All opposed? And any abstentions? Katie will be approved 25 to 0 to 1, and we'll also approve Chad Neary. So can I have a motion to vote? Sarah, second. MJ, all in favor of approving Chad Neary, please raise your hand. All opposed? And any abstentions? Okay, and Chad will be approved 25 to 0 to 1. Do you mind? Thank you, Chad. Congratulations, you're both approved.
Okay.
Great. Do we have any advisors updates?
Just a reminder that student organization awards are due Wednesday. So if anybody wants to recognize their friends or any organizations that have been outstanding this year, Wednesday is the deadline to do that.
Thank you. Alex, do we have any upcoming events?
Well, as of today, Relay for Life is Friday. So if you're not on a team, find a team. It's a great event. And if you go, make sure you realize that all the food you're eating was provided by CSU.
Thank you. All right, we will adjourn tonight at 5:48.
Come get a hold of